Welcome to the video on compositions of transformations. As always, when you watch the video, please remember that you're watching for understanding, and if I say something or do something that doesn't make sense, please take a minute to rewind the video and watch that step again so that you can understand exactly what it is that we're doing, and most importantly, why. All right, most compositions of transformations are given in this form. We're going to talk a little bit about exactly what this means. This means a reflection in the x-axis. Then we see this open circle symbol, and that means the word following. So a reflection in the x-axis following a reflection in the line y equals x. So in other words, we're going to do the reflection in the line y equals x first, and then the reflection in the x-axis after that. So probably the most important thing that you'll see and hear in this video here is that open circle, that symbol in between our two transformations, actually means the word following. So let's go ahead and jump right into number one. It says, find the image of triangle ABC with those vertices after a reflection in the x-axis following a translation that moves something 3 units in the x direction, 4 units in the y direction. So again, the most important thing for you to understand and realize is that new symbol means the word following, which means we do the translation first and we do the reflection second. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by plotting that triangle on the axes that are given to us. So there's A, there's point B, there's point C. I'm going to grab my straight edge and connect those points real quick. And according to this, the very first thing that I want to do is I want to translate that 3 units to the right, 4 units up. So I can either take each point, move it 3 units to the right and 4 units up. I can take each of these coordinates that were given to us and add 3 to each x value and 4 to each y value. But either way, I need to go ahead and translate that triangle. So point C prime is going to go right there. B prime will move right there. And A prime will move there. Again, I'm going to take my straight edge and connect each vertex of the triangle. I am going to take a minute to write down those new coordinates. A prime has coordinates 4, 6. B prime has coordinates 4, 10. And C prime has coordinates 9, 10. And now that I've done the translation, the second thing that I need to do here is I need to reflect that triangle across the x-axis. So it's my new triangle, the purple one, triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, that I'm actually going to reflect across the x-axis. So B prime will come down here. C prime will come down here. A prime was 6 units above the x-axis. So A double prime will be 6 units beneath it. And again, I'm going to grab my straight edge and connect those vertices. And the last thing I'm going to do is identify the coordinates of my new triangle. So A double prime has coordinates 4, -6. B double prime has coordinates 4, -10. C double prime has coordinates 9, -10. All right, so this is almost like we're doing 2 transformations, or you're getting 2 transformations for the price of 1. At this point, if you have any questions about the first example, or if I said anything or did anything that you didn't quite understand or that didn't make sense, would you please make a note of it on your paper now so that you can remember to ask me about it the next time that you come to class? All right, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and we can take a look and see what this last example has in store for us. This says, find the image of triangle ABC with the following coordinates after a reflection in the x-axis following a reflection in the y-axis. And again, I think that this open circle here means the word following. So the first transformation that I'm going to perform is to reflect across the y-axis. Once that's been done, I'll go ahead and perform my reflection across the x-axis. So before I can do any transformations, I'm going to go ahead and get this triangle down on my paper. So here's A, there's B, there's C. So my blue triangle is the guy that I'm starting with. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to reflect this triangle across the y-axis. So if I reflect each and every one of those points across the y-axis, A prime is going to come over here. C prime was 8 units to the left of the y-axis, so C prime is going to be 8 units to the right of the y-axis. And then B was 2 units to the left of the y-axis, so B prime, its image, will be 2 units to the right of the y-axis. So my new coordinates, once the first of those transformations has been done, A prime has coordinates 2, 2. B prime, coordinates 2, -4. C prime, coordinates 8, 5. Now that I've done that first transformation, now that I've reflected across the y-axis, now I can go ahead and perform that transformation which I'm supposed to do secondly, and that's the reflection across the x-axis. So this triangle that I'm going to reflect across the x-axis now is this guy whose coordinates I labeled in blue. So C double prime is going to be 5 units beneath the x-axis. A double prime will be 2 units beneath the x-axis. Let me erase and make that correct. And this is a little frustrating. The ghost is playing games with me here again. And then B double prime will come up here. So when all is said and done, my final coordinates for A double prime are 2, -2, for B double prime are 2, 4, and for C double prime, 8, -5. All right, again, if you have questions, if there's anything I said that doesn't make sense, please jot a note in the margin of your paper so that you can remember to ask about it the next time you come to class.